Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing a video about why 113 is the meta versus 212. I'm joined by MythMyth2 here. Myth, how you going?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So Myth, why don't you tell the people where to find you?
I stream on YouTube and Twitch. Both channels are MythMyth2.
Nice, nice. Those of you who know Phil, Yumu's, and Assassin Dave's team, Myth is their elder Goss player, right?
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately. Okay, so before I dive into this, I want to ask you guys, what do you prefer? Do you prefer playing 212 or do you prefer playing the 113 meta? So let's dive into what these are. 212 is essentially the way the game was intended to be played, I suppose. It's two people at the top, one person in the central area, and two people at the bottom. And 113 is one person at the top, one person in the central area, and three people in the bottom lane. So let's go into how 113 even became a thing. So Myth, why don't you give us a bit of knowledge on that?
So, the original idea of 113 was to get your bot lane ahead by taking all the Aldinos so they can reach their certain power spikes. A lot of Pokemon right now, they have their power spikes either at level 7 or 6. For example, Venusaur wants his Petal Dance or Solar Beam, and Snorlax, though you could say he wants his Heavy Slam, his block is very pivotal to his
Yeah,
kit.
definitely.
How it really works right now is if you're a 113 versus 212, because you have the upper advantage, you would basically, in theory, win all the Aldinos. In the very beginning of theorizing 113, a lot of, or what we thought we would be doing, is we would be sending like either a Wigglytuff or a Snorlax to sneak bottom while we fight the mid top Audino with
Right.
our
I
two,
actually
and
remember
then
that. I remember when people were doing that, they were running the two people to the mid Ordino and one person was sneaking the back Ordino. I remember that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what happens today, and it baffles me.
And it
But
baffles me.
that was the entire premise. You would cripple them by at least getting, in theory, a guaranteed Aldino, and then you could just run back to your Aldinos. They're like, oh, there's a Snorlax here, let's go beat them, and you either triple or quad Aldino'd if you won your top Aldino.
Okay, cool. So essentially it was just made to get the bottom lane really ahead and hit their power spike sooner. And
Yeah.
how do you feel that compares to the 212 at the moment? Well, if you're running 212 going to a 113, how do you feel like that matches up?
You're already giving up bottom, right?
Yeah.
Or in theory you are. You have to send your jungler bottom with to even challenge the Beartix right now, and
Mhm.
even the upcoming top Aldino if you have time for that. Technically, your top lane should be winning, right?
Yeah.
But the meta right now with top lane is you have a Lucario or
Yes.
Zeraora sometimes. Those Pokemon can really fend off a lot of what would be challenging their farm.
That's very true.
Unless you, yeah, unless you send like a Lucario plus an Elros top, like the OG 212.
Yeah. I think some teams have been trying Lucario Blissey top lately, right?
I haven't seen that. What do you think of that?
I I understand it, right? I mean, Lucario versus Lucario Blissey beats Lucario. You know that makes sense. But I
Yeah,
don't think it's worth giving up your bottom lane for to get your Lucario a little ahead of the other Lucario.
yeah. I mean, the enemy Lucario is going to get his XP one way or another.
Hmm.
He can natural XP or naturally level up with the XP that's given to him. It's really hard to challenge the core fish behind his goal, so he
Hmm.
can just be getting that if he really needs to, and you're really starving him. But I
True.
mean, he's going to be level 3 minimum one way or another, even if you take all his A-Pomps top lane and the Corphish just spawns in the middle, and then he has the Corphish, and then he has the natural XP this game gives. Like he'll be level 5. Sure, you can argue that he's very crippled
Yeah.
and he can't really do much, but then what starts happening when you need to be rotating for Dread, right?
Yeah. Very true.
You're either keeping your Blissey top lane or your Lucario top lane or no one top lane, and then from there you're like, we just crippled this guy really hard. We sacked our bottom. Now what? Like
Yeah.
that Lucario is going to get farmed one way or another, and it gets really bad if you, especially break the goal. He suddenly gets 3 Aldinos or
Yeah.
Ice Cubes or whatever
Yeah.
you want to call them.
Very true. And Lucario is a big part of the reason why the 113 meta exists, I suppose. I mean, its ability to hold the top lane, but Your team reached the top 100 without running Lucario, right? What did you guys run in the top lane
Yeah.
that had the same effect?
Well, when Gradient came out, we were doing Gradient, and Gradient was able to hold his own with his little, what's it called?
Belch?
Belch. Yeah,
Yeah.
with his Belch.
Yeah.
But even before that, we've done Zeraora. Zeraora does well into Lucario.
Do you think it still does after the nerfs?
After the nerfs, it's very damning. And even then, like, you have to worry about, can Zeraora get level 8? Can he be useful at the first Dreadnought? If not, do we keep him top lane? And will there be someone challenging him top lane?
Very true. That's very true.
And right now, we're running mainly Serena because even though we're kind of sacking early game, we kind of have our jungler right now kind of picking up the early game of the Serena to help her get by a little easier, even though she has a really rough time against like Lucarios and other 113 meta tops. It's just you need to find a way to accommodate what you're running in your 113 to make it work.
Yeah, and another thing with 113, right, is you can hide things in your bottom lane, right? Like, you would never run Venusaur in 212, likely. It's not the strongest in the 2 lane. Do you think Dragonite falls under that same thing? I've seen a lot of Dragonite bot lanes here and there. Do you think Dragonite could run in a 212 meta?
He probably could because of the Dragon Breath. It does a pretty good amount at level 1. I mean, he'll be level 2 since he gets the single light bomb, and that gives him level 2.
Yeah.
So he can challenge for the farm. If he does that and he gets it, that's really good. The thing with 212 is that you need 3 Auditos to technically beat the 113.
Yeah.
Or because you're not splitting it 3 ways, you're doing it 2. I think how it works is you're guaranteed 4, if not 5.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I've seen that myself.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think there's anyone who, if we were in a truly 2-1-2 meta on both teams, are there any picks you think would shine that aren't really seeing play right now?
It would have to be Sylveon. She does very well in the early game and very well into the late game.
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
And she would shine where it wouldn't be too hard to get farm for herself, either in top or bottom, and she can just go on to the mid and late game where she wants to be.
Yeah, I could definitely agree with that. I think Sylveon would be much better in 2-1-2 meta. I personally, I enjoyed the 1-1-3 meta, but I think that I would enjoy the shift back to the 2-1-2 meta if it was at all possible, just because I think it would diversify the game a little more. I think there's a lot more stuff you can play in a 2-1-2 meta that you can't really play in a 1-1-3. 1-1-3 feels really locked. You know what I mean? Like, it feels like the roles are really locked, and it's just not very diverse. Which one do you prefer? Do you prefer 1-1-3 or do you like 2-1-2?
I would have to prefer the 1-1-3.
1-1-3 is definitely a lot more strategical. It feels like it's cool, right? The developers made the game with 2-1-2 in mind, but the players discovered 1-1-3 and just took it on their own, which is a pretty cool thing to see in a game. I do enjoy it. I mean, the bot lane feels so intense. I'm sure you can relate to that playing Eldegoss lately. The bot lane is so much fun to play in.
Yeah, it is.
And for those who play this game who may not want the stress of having to solo top, I know a lot of teams I know like to play 2-1-2. They're a bit more casual and they enjoy that playstyle, just more fun with their friends. What would you suggest for them if they were going up against a 1-1-3 team?
The best answer I can give right now is just you have to outsecure the 3 bottom as the 2 bottom, and make sure that you have a substantially top lane where you can influence the objectives around you.
Okay, would you suggest the jungler going top to really snowball it, or do you think the bottom really needs the help?
In most cases, I think the bottom. Better to delegate the power.
Okay, well, thank you so much for joining me today, Myth. Don't forget to go check Myth out, guys. I had the links at the beginning of the video, and they will be in the description, so you can find Myth. So say bye to the people, Myth.
Adios, people. It was a pleasure being here.
Cool. But before I go, a quick shout out to the members as always. You guys are incredible. Thank you so much for the support. It really means a lot to me. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and have a wonderful day.